Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the stock and crypto markets. We're going to figure out what exactly is going on. I've got some interesting articles that I want to show you. So let's get into this. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you haven't already, please follow me on Twitter. Also, smash the like button and subscribe. I truly appreciate all the support. Check out Project Kami, folks, coming out on January 27th. Now we can take advantage of these low CKB prices to really buy up some of these commies. So we can use this market to our advantage when it comes to buying some really high quality NFTs. But this is where I drop links to live streams, upcoming videos, things I find crypto interesting. And like I said, folks, we're going to be talking a little bit about the crypto and stock markets for the most part. Now, one thing that I found interesting was that ex-Goldman Sachs CEO Lloyd Blankfein said crypto is happening despite the plunge in digital assets. One thing that I found interesting about this is that he basically says by happening, he means that the ecosystem and cryptocurrencies has matured in the past year. I think that we are really seeing the very beginning developmental stages of true solid projects that are about to stand the test of time, like Nervos Network, for example. They are killing it as far as connecting blockchains to each other, building out DAOs, things like that. I mean, it's just insane. So I wanted to just kind of highlight that because it really just goes to show that, hey, crypto is kind of catching the eyes of some of these high finance masters. So with that said, I did think that was pretty cool. Another article I found today, the New York City Mayor takes pay cut as cryptocurrency market plunges. Now might not be the best time to get paid in crypto. This is a very poorly written article, and it's from theverge.com. So I've never even heard of theverge.com. I'm sure they're out there, but I really don't pay attention to any headlines whatsoever at all. But Mayor Adams is taking his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And they're knocking on the guy because he did so. I mean, you can't help but to think, okay, I'm going to take these first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Market's tanking. It's going to be the perfect time to maybe DCA over the next month and get into crypto. Because, hey, buying crypto or taking paychecks in crypto at these prices right now, it's golden. So now might not be the best time to get paid in crypto. I don't know where they're coming up with that. Now might be the best time to get paid in crypto if you don't need the money. And I highly suspect that Mayor Adams, Mayor of New York City, does not. But one thing that I admire about Mayor Adams is that he is really trying to centralize New York City as a cryptocurrency friendly city. So this is huge. And I do think that, New York City of all places would be a very appropriate place for that to happen. They've got NYC, all that stuff. So I do think that this is interesting. I'm going to be following this Mayor Adams here, kind of going forward just to see what he's talking about, things like that from a city government standpoint. I might even reach out to him to see if he wants to come on the show. But yeah, this is just, I thought it was so funny. Oh, how dare you take a paycheck in Bitcoin after it's crashed? Mindset's just not there, right? So here's another article I found on CoinDesk, folks. Bitcoin heads for the worst week in 8 months as traders lament the Pikachu pattern. Folks, the Pikachu pattern. I don't know. It looks like double tops to me. I don't see the Pikachu in that, but I get it. People want to try to find some comfort in the crash. The price plunge over the last week looks emotionally charged, says Katie Stockton, founder of the analysis firm Fairlead Strategies. Because shakeouts are common, we would await confirmation of a breakdown below cloud-based support 37,400 before taking a bearish long-term stance, Stockton wrote. What I thought was interesting about this article was that she used the terms cloud-based support. So she must be an Ichimoku cloud trader, which is something that we just don't see a heck of a whole lot. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool to see the Ichimoku cloud really detailed in this article. But it's just basically going on to say that Bitcoin is down 20% and it's not looking good, dating back to May of 2020 when we had the whole coronavirus crash. And is the crypto market dead? Here's what the experts have to say. And when I say experts, oops, I lost my highlighted area here. So what the experts have to say, this is what really kind of drew me to this article here. Basically, this Wazir X trade desk, it's too early. They're basically saying it's too early to say that the crypto market is dead. And this is what I found interesting. And he supported this argument by saying Intel is stepping into the Bitcoin mining industry. Why not? They are a great chip maker, a computer maker. I mean, you got to, understand this is Intel, and they are planning to unveil a Bitcoin mining chip. And about 300 banks have plans to launch Bitcoin trading the first half of 2022. So, folks, we have to really understand here that 300 banks are planning to launch Bitcoin trading the first half of 2022. That means by June. Okay. That's a lot more new money that will be able to flow into the crypto markets. Something to think about, right? We might be getting ready to see a slow reversal once this stuff starts to kind of roll out. Now, Microsoft has also purchased Activision, which we have all heard of the last few days, the leading game developer in the world, reiterating its focus on the metaverse. Now, this, as a gamer myself, when we are shifting a great outfit like Activision's attention away from making great video games to now focusing on the metaverse, I'm kind of mad at Microsoft for that, right? And I'm sure it's not going to be 100%, but you guys can kind of see where I'm going with this. Does Microsoft have plans for Activision to really shift its focus away from making great video games? I don't know. It's in Microsoft's best interest that they have a strong video game division or subdivision within Activision because they create video games for Xbox. But they do plan to integrate NFTs while Twitter is rolling out NFT verification stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of like wishy-washy on that article. It just kind of caught my attention. And we'll get into the charts here in just a second, but I wanted to just highlight one more thing about the stock market. And in a video I did maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I got roasted by a couple people for buying put option contracts. So guys, markets here, it's looking like it's going to tip. I bought some puts. And like I said, I increased my whole portfolio 21%. We can see that it's, the Dow. This is for the Dow. We'll be taking a look at the S&P 500. Actually, we'll be looking at SPY because I like ETFs. But we can see that U.S. stocks fell Monday following the S&P's worst week since March of 2020. Now, we have to really kind of think about what exactly is going on here. We did see this incredible rise from March in 2020 after the crash happened. A lot of this, I think, was due to stimulus money, people throwing their money into the market because A, they didn't need it. It was disposable income, or they were trying to double, triple their stimulus checks. I get it. I get the reasoning behind it. But we have all these trillions of dollars that were never meant for the stock market to consume in that manner. So, of course, once those payments, once that money just kind of runs out and, that short squeeze really starts losing its momentum, of course, we're going to see a crash. And that's really my take on what's going on with the market. So we'll take a peek at the stock market and the crypto market, and we'll kind of try to draw some correlation. So here is March of 2020. Nobody needs to be, there's no explanations that need to be done. Tell everybody what happened here, the coronavirus. But we can see that there has been a solid Elliott wave move to the upside. And I did see one other article that I just didn't want to share with you guys, but it was basically somebody going on there saying that the worst of this drop might be over for the stock market. And I am going to disagree on that. We have seen a 13% reduction, maybe a little bit less than that. Let's remeasure this. We have seen 12% get shaved off the S&P 500, and people are tweaking. Meanwhile, we have seen nearly 40 to 50% shaved off the crypto market. I'm fine with that. I could care less. I'm in this for the long game. So is the stock market really, really ready for recovery right now? Well, we can see that currently the price of the S&P 500, or at least SPY, this ETF, is trading right at previous support levels right now. And this is some nasty stuff on the daily chart. We can see these very full body candles to the downside, and this hasn't even death crossed yet. Remember, folks, I dropped a video a few weeks ago, just explaining the two different types of death crosses. Death crosses when we have price action huddled right up to the 50 and the 200, those can be some of the worst. But when price is blown way out like this and the price starts tanking, when the 50 crosses the 200 might be a good time to take a look at the stock market and reanalyze. I pulled all my stocks out months ago. Everything is sitting chill, sideline. So that's where I'm at with things right now. Not financial or trading advice, but we have to really understand that, hey, what exactly did happen here? Well, we can see that there was a rising wedge that did form. And let's just go ahead and kind of draw this up like so. And so you can see that this is an upward squeeze pattern that can be very bearish. So in terms of SPY, S&P 500, I'm looking for this thing. If it fails at the current levels around the 428, I'm looking for this thing to come down to around 378-ish. That's just my inclination on what is going on. So right now, the SPY ETF, S&P 500 ETF, trades at 3 times the market, is preparing for a death cross. The last time that it did death cross was March of 2020 when COVID hit. And we can see what happened when this thing actually did death cross. It pulled a reversal. So it's something to watch out for. I'm not touching the stock market until I feel like there's an opportunity to rebound. So with that said, I want to just check out Bitcoin, because this thing is still trending downwards. We're still at about 36,000. We did see a little bit of support over the weekend, which was kind of nice, but that has since really kind of changed things. And I do think that right now we might be seeing price action just a hair, a little bit too far away from the Ichimoku cloud. So it would not surprise me to see this thing come back up and retest 37,700-ish, somewhere in there. And I do suspect that we might see this price action kind of come in like this and maybe come back down to these levels here. I am expecting somewhere around a $29,000 Bitcoin, possibly by March, or lower for that matter. So we'll just have to kind of play it by ear. But currently, price action has really kind of played with this trend line to the downside kind of quite nicely. And at this point, we really don't have any other patterns other than maybe some sort of very light, I say it's very light, falling wedge or even a channel. So there's really nothing too concrete about that. And you can kind of see the same style pattern that stripped Bitcoin down here. That did strip the S&P 500 down. And folks, I was talking about this rising wedge back on my channel back in September. It is what it is. I was thinking that we were going to come down, retest this trend line here, and come up for another jab at it. But it turns out that we just ended up with the head and shoulders. So I do think like the 29,300 from here, might be one of the more logical places that we will end up at if we cannot reclaim this $37,000 level and start a reversal process. So I don't know. It really is kind of a catch-22 in this situation. There's a lot to really think about here. Are we seeing grander Elliott wave theory? Something like this. Did we already see it? Elliott wave theory play out, and now we're going to see the ABC retracement pattern happen? It could be. It could be. We'll just have to wait and see. But until Bitcoin either comes, man, I'm hoping Bitcoin doesn't get down to these 29,000s, but at this point, it might. We'll talk about things if it gets worse. Let's look at this on an hourly chart, because I just want to kind of see what exactly is going on here. Okay, so bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. Come on, TradingView. So right now, you can see how price action took this leg down the last couple days, and we had this sideways trading. This is what's called a bear flag, and this is a very good pattern for you guys to be on the lookout for. It just basically looks like a flag pattern. Okay, bottom dropped out. Now we are seeing a little bit of a bounce, so it might have found some support down by this $33,000 level, which I had no idea it went down to 33,000. It looks like today, this morning. So I was unaware of that. But if we cannot, break past this 37,000, I do think that this thing's going down to around the $29,000 level. So it's going to be really interesting as to what exactly happens here with the crypto market going forward. And I thought since everything's in the red, we would just talk about some news, the crypto and the stock market kind of in one shot to really cover what exactly is going on right now. So I do think that, we might see Bitcoin kind of pop back up to this $37,000 level, maybe something like this. But I do think that there is a chance that we'll end up right down around this $29,000 level. We're very close to it, within 2,000 or 3,000. So that's it for the show. Big shout out to all the Patreons. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. $3 a month will get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. See you guys all on the next video.